Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Tuesday Zoom training. Obviously a little unconventional considering you normally see me around 7 o'clock now for Zoom training, but I definitely wanted to stay consistent because you guys have heard me several times over the last couple weeks mention the word consistency, whether it's through our group messages, whether it's one-on-one, or through our Zoom trainings on Tuesday nights as well. So as most of y'all know, I'm actually headed to the Astros game for the night. The subject definitely did change a little bit because normally I would be able to share my screen, but on my phone, we're just going to go with it. Honestly, y'all, yesterday I had a different topic in mind, but I decided to go ahead and switch things up a little bit just because of conversations that I've had with a lot of y'all over the last month. So I just wanted to switch up a little bit. Something that I definitely want to talk about is pretty much what I just said, which is consistency is key. So being consistent in your business, right? Like, what does that mean? So if you see me looking down, it's because I have some little trusty notes. So that way I can stay on track and not get all over the place like I normally do. All right, so number one, being consistent builds trust, right? So when you're consistent in your business, it means that you're building your trust with your customer base. So that means showing up every single week, every single day, having a routine, doing the same thing over and over and over, right? Because that's what being consistent is. Because when you're consistent, even though you have customers that are not commenting, that they are not interacting on your stuff, right? Not your stories. Let's just say they're not commenting, they're not even liking, for that matter, your post, right? Whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it. Even when they're not interacting, it actually, believe it or not, they're watching you. Okay. So when you're being consistent, they're watching you. Don't be that person that's posting and sharing once a week, once a month, let alone not even sharing an experience, but just posting just for the sake of it, just to get a sale, right? Don't be that person, because when someone sees that you're not being consistent, they're not going to trust you. They're not going to go to you as, they're not going to use you basically as their Cincy girl, right? Number two, what is your why? A lot of you guys that are going to be watching this recently have joined Cincy, and you may not necessarily be in a place where you can actually answer or feel comfortable about answering what is your why. But why did you join Cincy? That's what I want you to think about and answer. Write that down. Why did you join Cincy? Why did you say yes to being a consultant? Why did you say yes to building this business? Why did you say yes to being your own best customer? What is Cincy going to do for you? What is Cincy going to do for your family? Write that down. Think about that over the next week or two, because your why is going to fuel the fire for what gets you motivated every day to be consistent and work your business. Consistency affects the way that you see yourself. Did you know that? When you're consistent, it basically builds self-esteem within yourself, because you're not only doing something for yourself, but being consistent empowers you, you guys. It gives you that self-esteem, that motivation to wake up every day. Being consistent in your own personal life. What does that mean? Something that I personally have been working on for myself, being consistent, is waking up every day and making my bed. It doesn't matter what time I'm doing it. I'm still going to do it, because that's being consistent. It's developing a routine. When you develop a routine, it's going to fuel your fire, you guys. It's going to make you feel more empowered, more balanced. It's just going to make you feel good overall. Let's be honest. It affects the way that you feel when you're not consistent in your personal life, when you're not consistent in your business. More importantly, you're going to feel all over the place. I have moments like that too, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, when I'm feeling all over the place, I'm not organized. In fact, that's how I feel coming back from this trip. Like, Idaho was incredible, don't get me wrong. More on that at another point, another day. But getting back into my business, getting back into the swing of things, a little in the middle of the month, you guys, has me all over the place. Okay. So I've been trying to figure out ways that I can get back and balanced and just feeling more consistent, more organized, because lately I have not been. And it gets me into like squirrel brain mode. Let's see. Something you've learned over time is when you're being consistent, right? So think about something that you did when you were a kid. Easy example. Most people, not everyone, but most people know how to ride a bike, right? Did we wake up one day and then automatically know how to ride a bike? Most of us can say no. It was consistency, right? It was getting that first try. Right? And then after that, it came natural to you. It came easy. Being consistent in your business is just the same. It does not matter what that looks like. It does not have to be what I do every single day. You have to decide first and foremost, every single day, every single week, what does it look like for you with being consistent? Write it down, have a plan, get organized, and just show it for yourself. Take it one day at a time, but just make sure that when you are doing this, when you decide on your plan of what that looks like, that you are once again going to be consistent and show up for yourself every week, because people are watching you, believe it or not. Your team is watching you, your sponsor is watching you, your friends and family, even the negative naysayers, you guys, that may not necessarily believe in what you're doing. They may not necessarily believe in the business and Cincy at all. They are still looking at you, because people love to follow each other on social media, right? We love to be Facebook and Instagram stalkers. So those that are following you on social media, they are seeing you and they're watching you what you post. If you're not being consistent and you're all over the place, it's going to show up in your business. And again, you're not going to develop those trust with your customers, with your friends and family. Start where you are, use what you have. Like I said, the way that I run my business did not happen overnight. Just like me learning how to ride a bike did not happen overnight. My success in my business, I didn't wake up one morning and just have it. It wasn't a magical potion. It wasn't a magical bean that I took. It was something that took persistence. It took consistency. It took determination, you guys. It took me failing so many times on so many different things and finding out what works for me, right? But use what you have, utilize what you have. You don't have to have all the things. Just start exactly where you are. We have a phone, right? We have a calendar on our phone. We have apps that are free on our phone that provide lists that we can make, checklists that we can make. Hell, I set alarms for myself every single day to remind myself what to do in my business, what to do in my personal daily life. Because if I didn't do that, you guys, I lose track of time. And that's how I keep organized. I have a calendar in my office. Every single month, I write down every single week what it is that I'm posting. You don't have to be as crazy organized as I am and have something every single day that you're posting. Hell, you could take like a cleaning product or laundry product, laundry line, right? And utilize that for the whole week and set yourself up as a goal and say, you know what? I'm going to share one thing about the laundry line product once a day for 1 week. Just try it. Just try it out and see what happens. Consistency is key. You're not going to wake up tomorrow, do one post, and get a ton of orders off of it. Okay. Sometimes I post things and I don't even get a order off of it. But you know what? I have customers and I have friends and family that have been watching me time and time again post and be, again, there's that word, consistent. And then they have in the long term, in the long run, ordered from me. Okay. I give you a big example. I have a customer yesterday that placed a big order. And I call her customer because she became my customer for the first time yesterday. Her and I have been friends since our moms knew each other. Okay. She has known for almost 3 years now that I've been a Cincy consultant. She actually had another consultant originally, which is why she's never ordered from me. Okay. She private messaged me yesterday and she said, hey, I'm placing an order under your shopping link. Let me know if there's any specials going on. First off, she floored me because I never, ever, you guys thought that she was going to order from me because, for one, she already had a Cincy consultant, right? But I knew that I had seen her watch my posts because if you didn't already know this, when you post things on your personal page and in your VIP group and in your stories, you can actually see who has viewed your post. Even if they have not commented, there is a way that you can go to the corner and you can see who has viewed it. So I know that she's been watching me. She's not even in my VIP group, you guys, but I knew that she has been watching my posts because every now and then she would either interact or she would just view it. Okay. I've never once, I think, actually I say that back, I think I've actually asked her like twice within a 2-year span of like certain stuff that I felt like she would like in her classroom, or if she'd like to host a party with me. But when I found out she had a Scentsy person, I just let it go because I didn't want to come across as being that person, right? But when she messaged me last night and she's like, hey, I'm placing this order in your link, and she asked me all these questions, I felt so good about myself because I knew that being consistent and showing up in my business paid off, because here she is placing an order with anyone else. She could be ordering under any other consultant, but she chose me. But I firmly believe that's because I've been consistent in my business and showing up on social media. All right, let's see. Don't lose focus. Stay straight ahead. Once again, going back to the fact that a lot of us have school brains, a lot of you guys have kids, you're involved in all the things. And yes, I understand that you have busy lives, you have jobs outside of Scentsy. I completely understand that, you guys. But when you get organized and you get focused, these things are going to come second nature to you. Being consistent in your business is going to come natural to you. And it's not going to be as big as of a stressor if you have a plan. That's the key word, having a plan. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do this. Even when you have all these negative naysayers, you guys, when I first started off with my Scentsy business, not one person took me seriously. My friends did not take me seriously. My husband didn't take me seriously. Don't even lie. He's right beside me. He did not take me seriously. My parents did not take me seriously. A lot of people were like, oh, this little business of yours, or oh, this little hobby. And I do give credit to the fact that I was working full time in another business. So I could see where some people may not necessarily believe that I was going to take this on full time. But though there were a small amount of people in my life that knew that a lot of times when I take things under my belt, I go like 110%. So they did know that much. But I don't think that anybody truly believed the fact that this would blow up and be as crazy, awesome, big as it is in literally the last 3 years, almost 3 years now. So I had a lot of people, even now, you guys, even now I come across people, even with my title means nothing to some of these people. Like I'll say director and they're like, what's a director? But when I talk to them, they still don't understand it because they're like, oh, ooh, Scentsy, yeah, I don't know about that. Or, oh, I didn't know you work Scentsy full time. Like, how does that even work? Or, just questioning, or they're like, they're not believing in me, or they think it's funny, or, they're like, oh, pyramid scheme, like, oh, I can never work for a pyramid scheme company. Ugh. But you're always going to have people that are like that, right? I say bless and release. Bless and release the negative naysayers, because they are not the people signing off on your check every single month, right? Be the bad wax boss that you are. Do not even ever let those people that are negative naysayers get in your head, because they are not the ones showing up time in and time out for your business. They are not the ones being consistent. They are not the ones having to wake up every single week, putting your big girl pants on and working your business like a boss. They are not the ones that are showing up for their small business. They are not the ones that are able to determine their own hours, right? Because that's such a blessing that we have with Scentsy, is not only determining our paycheck every month, but we get to determine our hours. If you want to work, great. If you don't want to work, great. Who can say that in an 8 to 5, 9 to 5 type job? Not many people can. So let those negative naysayers go. Bless and release them and move on, because they are not your boss. They are not in your corner cheerleading for you. So why the hell even give them the energy or the time of day when they're not even going to be there for you? Just saying. Let's see. If someone, oh yeah, I love this. Post with a purpose, right? Post with a purpose. Y'all have heard me say this before. Anytime that you're posting and you're being consistent in your business, post with meaning behind it. Please, 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 please. I cannot say this enough. This means not posting flyers. This means please don't be that person that says, oh, I've been challenged to sell 10 of this, 20 of this. If you feel like you want to do that, because I'm not necessarily knocking the challenges, just don't post the flyer, you guys. Make it personal. Let's just say hypothetically, you're wanting to challenge your team, or you're wanting to challenge yourself this next week, and you're wanting to sell 10 cleaning bundles, okay? Find a personal photo of the cleaning bundle, not a flyer, not a stock photo. Find a personal photo on Facebook. There are so many different choices. It's unreal. Find one, save one, post it, and say just that. Happy Wednesday. halfway through the week, I've challenged myself to sell 10 of these bundles. Let me know if you're interested. Keep it just at that. Don't word vomit. Don't mention, please God, do not post your link. Please do not do that. You don't even really need to truly mention prices. Like, I on occasion will do that only because if I'm in a time crunch at the end of the month, or let's just say I'm not going to be on social media for a while, that's different. But if you're on social media almost every other day, if not every day, you really don't need to post prices, because let's be honest, if they're interested, they're going to comment below or they're going to get with you. But just going back to the fact to just keep it real. If you want to post something with intentionality, be genuine. Think about the pillars of Scentsy, you guys. Post something that you're connecting the product to a memory. If your kids or your grandkids are in the house, or heck, even your pets, take a photo with the product that you have beside them. Impromptu. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about the dirty dishes in the sink. Don't worry about the fact that your house isn't clean. People want to see the real you. They want to see the hot mess express that's going on in your house, because that's who I can relate to. That's who your customer is going to be able to relate to. Not the squeaky clean, picture perfect photo that you think that you have to have. Show up as yourself. Show up exactly what you look like, because you want to give the real authentic part of yourself, part of your world, right? Because these are how your customers are going to build that trust with you. They're going to build that relationship with you, and then they're going to believe in you because you're being your genuine self. They're going to connect with the fact of like, oh my God, my house looks just as messy as hers. Oh wow, I think we get along. They're not going to connect with somebody that's trying to be something that they're not. So just be your genuine self. All right, I'll bear with me because I got to flip my notes over. Multitasking at its finest. Let's see. Post and share despite what others may say. So again, just going back to like that whole thing I talked about earlier, my whole soapbox of negative naysayers, right? Post and share what you want to post and share about. The reason why I say that is because if you come across something that you're passionate about, that you're like, oh my God, this photo is so pretty, or this photo is so cute, or oh, I love, like you guys see me, for example, all the time I'm posting about Scentsy Fresh, right? Like I'm obsessed. And the reason why is because I want to get behind something that I believe in. I'm not going to post something like, for example, I don't use the pet bundle all that much. So I'm not going to be posting it all the time because I frankly don't use it all the time. I'm going to post something that I can get behind and I believe in because I'm genuinely using it. If you find something that you're passionate about or that you like, share it. Don't even be like, oh, you know what? I wonder what my customers are going to think. Are they going to like this post? Are they going to comment? Are they going to like it? I better not post it because I just don't think that they're going to like it. No, if you like it, post it, because this is how your customers are going to get to know you genuinely. It doesn't even have to be Scentsy, you guys. Like y'all know, for example, that I'm obsessed with gnomes, right? So if I come across something that's funny or a photo that's cute, I'm posting it. Like if it's about cats, I'm posting it because those are things that I personally like. And I'm going to share that with my customer base because that's how they're going to get to know genuinely the real me. Even also another thing is like when you post and share, let's just say that you're not getting any interaction on it, still leave it there. Don't delete it. Don't take it down, because again, people are going to see it a few days from then, a week from then, because the whole thing that we love to talk about, right? Facebook algorithm. Keep doing it. Be consistent, you guys. I'm gonna keep saying that word until the end of time. You're gonna get sick of me saying the word consistency because it's so important. Success is long-term, not overnight. I cannot stress that part enough. There are a lot of you guys that I've spoken with recently about your business, and I get that you're feeling discouraged, and I get that you're not where you want to be, or let's just say that you started your business and it was at an all-time high. You did your first 1,000, your first 500, your first 200. And then now you're just like, well, what's next? Because it's not popping like it was before. Here's the thing. Success does not happen overnight. I need you to keep repeating that to yourself until it's drilled into your brain, because success does not happen overnight. I did not wake up yesterday, started my Scentsy business, and then just out of nowhere became a director. Okay. I didn't out of nowhere have a team of almost 50 people. Okay. And out of nowhere earn these trips, get to go to Cabo, get to go to Idaho, earn the Alaska cruise. You guys, that didn't just freaking happen out of nowhere. Somebody just didn't hand me this magic potion and it just appeared out of thin air. No, it took hard work. It took determination. It took resilience. Okay. It took showing up for my business every single day and believing in myself. Okay. Success does not happen overnight. Take a deep breath. As long as you're being consistent in your business, long-term wise, success will happen to you. Okay. Success overnight is not attainable. It's not going to be long-term. It's not going to become this well-oiled machine that's going to get you into the long-term of your life and of your business to maintain. Okay. It just takes time. Just be patient and trust the process. Sales are not going to drop in your lap. I mean, I hate to bust your bubble, but if you're one of those people that thinks that sales is just going to pop open and just land in your lap and just happen, well, I'm here to bust your bubble, because it's not going to happen just like that. It's not just going to appear in thin air, and PRV is just not going to pop open like a present in your lap and just happen. Okay. I got news for you guys. If you're posting and praying, because I hear that a lot in the Cincy world, post and pray. If you're posting and praying and you're like, well, sales are not coming in, I don't know what's happening, I'm just not getting PRV this month. Well, I can tell you it's because you're not working your business. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that. You guys know that I'm very black and white. I'm very nice about certain things. But if I'm showing up and I'm looking at your personal page and I'm looking at your posts on your VIP group and in your stories, and if you're not being consistent, if you're not taking my advice, if you're not listening and watching all of the messenger groups that we've got going on, you guys, if you're not taking it with a grain of salt and just trying something new and not being consistent in your business, it's just ain't gonna happen for you. Okay. I got news for you. PRV is just not gonna happen magically. Like all of these things that I've been blessed to earn, it just didn't arrive in my mailbox one day and me open it and be like, oh, here it is. No, it actually took a lot of work. It took a lot of work, you guys. And it's consistent, and I'm not up, and I work my business every day. And I'm not saying work your business in like 30 minutes, like an hour increments. Take 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes per day to work your business. Small increments lead to big successes. Okay. It's just going to take time. Set a goal for yourself, no matter what that looks like. Whether it means, you know what, I'm going to post every day in my business. I'm going to post once a week. I honestly would post once a day, in my opinion. But set a goal for yourself. And then once you maintain that goal, make a new goal. Okay. Don't think that you can do all the things all at once. Okay. Start small and then go from there. Once you succeed in something that you've goaled yourself to be or to get to, think about what's next. Always think about like what's next. Don't feel like you have to take it on all at once. Create a plan to help you get there. If this is something that you're struggling with, we can definitely do a one-on-one coaching call. We can meet in person for coffee, for tea, smoothies, whatever you want to do. And we can create and develop a plan for you guys, because I want to see you succeed. I believe in you, and you have to believe in yourself first and foremost, but I believe in you too. Let's see. All right, so let's give the alternative. Let's say, what if you've been consistent in something and it's still not working? Well, let's just say that, you know what, Megan, I have been posting every single day. I have been doing exactly what you've talked to me about. I have been taking your advice and nothing's still not happening. Guess what? Pivot, my magic word for the year. Pivot, try something new. You guys know that I'm always open and willing to try something once every single time, even if I don't like it, even though if it goes against the grain of everything I believe in my being, in my soul, I still try it out once. And if it doesn't work out for me, cool. Maybe it wasn't meant for me. Maybe it wasn't meant for my business. It's not my vibe. But at least I can say that I tried it once and then I move on to the next thing. But try everything once. Change the channel. That's one of my favorite things that I've heard several people say in the last couple of years, is change the channel. If you don't like what you're seeing, if you don't like what you're doing in your business, flip the script, change the channel, do something different. You don't have to work your business like I work my business. You don't have to work your business like you see anybody else in our group work their business. You are a small business owner, you guys. I'm not your boss. I do not own your business. You own your business. Surprise, you get to actually do what you want to do. Just like I said earlier, you get to set the tone in your business. You get to set your own hours. You get to set your own schedule, whether you want vacation or not. Same thing. You get to set the vibe and the tone for your business. You decide how you want to succeed. You know you best, right? I don't know you that well. I don't know you more than you know yourself. You know yourself. Do what works for you. Okay. Take what I tell you and what I'm giving you advice on right now with a grain of salt. If it doesn't vibe with you, cool. Pivot and do something that you're going to enjoy. Because if you're not bringing joy to yourself, if this business is not bringing you joy, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you might need to find something that is going to bring you joy. Because for me, frankly, if I'm doing a business of mine and it's not bringing me happiness and joy, I don't want to be a part of it. It's not for me. Like I said before, do little things each day. Take baby steps. Baby steps are basically planting the seeds in your business that are going to lead to an abundance of growth, of success in your life and in your business. Take little steps. Take a deep breath. Don't get anxious. Don't feel like you have to do all the things. Start small. Just start somewhere. Just start, basically. Being consistent helps conquer your fear. We all have fears, right? We have fears of going live. We have fears of doing home parties. We have fears of being successful in our business, leaving our full-time jobs and working Cincy full-time. We have fears of sharing what we love. We have fears of being consistent. You name it, you guys, we all have fears. But here's another surprise and a little negative information for you. If you are consistent in your business, you can overcome your fears. Try something once. How in the world can you say that you are not going to be good at something if you are not going to do something well if you haven't even tried it yet? So don't even get me started. If you can say, oh, I want to be good. Like, I have people all the time that tell me, oh, I want to be good at sales. I'm not a good salesperson. I'm like, have you tried it yet? Because if you haven't tried it yet, how in the world can you say that you're not good at it if you haven't even tried it once, right? Being consistent conquers your fear. You have that fear because you haven't tried it yet. How do you know you will not like it again if you haven't tried it? For example, I'll give you a challenge. If you're watching this and you have never went live before, never went live, don't go live, go to your camera, go to the video, record yourself for 10 minutes. Challenge yourself for 10 minutes. Not necessarily saying that you have to post it to your pages. You don't even have to share it with your customers, although you guys know I'd really like you to. But if you don't, that's okay. Because recording yourself for 10 minutes and just not sharing it yet can possibly be the baby steps that you need to take to conquer that fear of actually going live. Now, obviously, you guys know too that I'm going to say go ahead and press the button. That's the scariest part, honestly, for me, is pressing that button and going live, just as like what I'm doing right now. You guys don't think that I'm uncomfortable posting and doing this right now? Like, I'm literally staring at myself right now, talking to myself, recording myself. I don't even have a live audience right now. This is something that's way out of my comfort zone, but I'm doing it because I know that there are good things that come from it. Just as much as you going live for 10 minutes a week in your VIP group, on your personal page, sharing what you love about Cincy, sharing the business, sharing what it's doing for you and your family and in your personal life. These are the things that are going to build connections with guys, to build trust and connection more than ever with our customer base. You are a direct correlation of the 5 people that are in your life, good and bad. Going back to what I talked about with people that are those negative naysayers, those people that are not so much a positive light in our life. Think about the 5 people that are in your life. Fun fact, the 5 people that are the most in your life, they do play a part in not only how you carry yourself and your personality, but possibly what happens on a day-to-day basis. They are the people that are going to affect your life for the good and for the bad. There have been many times in my life where I have had to reconfigure and reevaluate the people that are those 5 in my life and determine who are those people that I can just nix out of my life for good. Who are those people that I need to keep at a distance, and who are those people that maybe I need to show more appreciation to and value to because they are bringing good into my life. Get out of your own way. I cannot express that more. Get out of your own way. You guys are the only ones that are stopping you from being successful. You are stopping yourself from being a business person and succeeding as I believe that you know you can be. You can be as successful as you want to be. Get out of your own way because you're the only person that's stopping you from doing so. You are not letting me down. I know for you, few of you have had, I've had conversations with that feel like that you're letting me down because you don't want to work your business anymore, because you don't want to grow a team, because you don't want to work this full time. You just don't even want to be a consultant. You just wanted the kit, right? And you feel like you're letting me down. You're not letting me down. Newsflash, you're letting yourself down because I am my own business owner, okay? Just as much as you are your own business owner. So I want you guys to know that whatever you decide to do in your business, you're not going to let me down. I'm only here just to guide you. It's up to you every day. Like, we have to wake ourselves up every day, right? And determine what our day is going to look like. I don't determine what your day is going to look like, just as much you don't determine mine. It's fully up to you. You're the business owner. Are you going to wake up every morning and determine and think about, am I going to turn on my sign to let everybody know that my business is open? Or am I going to wake up this morning and decide that my business is closed and let somebody else get that customer? Cincy is a blessing, not a burden. When something gets in the way, allow it to be your reason and not your excuse. Something that you feel like if your time is being constricted, if you feel like you don't have enough time for your Cincy business, if things are changing in your family household, you guys, don't let that be a burden. Don't let that be an excuse. Let that be the reason of fueling your fire for you guys to be successful in this Cincy business, whether it's providing extra income for the bills every month, whether it's providing an opportunity for you to treat your family to the movies for the following month, or for maybe a camp, or maybe for sports equipment, you name it, even to treat yourselves. For those of y'all that have busy schedules, maybe that extra Cincy pay is going to allow you the freedom to be able to provide the opportunity to treat yourself for the next month. Don't let it be a burden. Let it be a blessing of opportunity for you. This opportunity is for you. It just so happens to be the key person. I just so happen to be the key person that provides you the opportunity of the bridge to get you to where you need to be. Okay. Who is looking up to you? Do you have a spouse? Do you have kids? Do you have grandkids? They are looking up to you, you guys. They are looking to you to not only be the pillar in their life, but if you're being consistent as far as healthy habits, being consistent in your daily chores, in other words, household things, cleaning the house, making your bed, making sure that you're taking care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, your kids and your grandkids and your spouse are looking at you for these things. If you're not being consistent, they are going to basically duplicate that behavior because they are watching you. If you stay consistent, you're providing those healthy habits for them. They are watching you. Even if you're not having those conversations, they are still watching you. So just make sure that you're well aware of that, because you want to be able to set a positive mindset for them, right? Don't be afraid to share your life. Find a way to intertwine your everyday life in with your business. For example, if you're taking your kids to the park, share that in your stories, share that on your pages. Interact with your customers saying, hey, hope everyone's having a good weekend, taking the kids to the park for the day. What are your plans for the weekend? Even when someone doesn't comment on that post, again, being consistent is key, because you're showing up in your business. You're letting your people know, hey, this is what Cincy provides for me. Like, for example, the fact, I'll give you an example right now. Derek and I also, like you heard me say earlier, we're on our way to the Astros game. Had I been working a steady 9-to-5 job, probably wouldn't have been able to get off work on time to go to the game, let alone go to my therapy session at 3 p.m. today, because I would have been at work, right? But because Cincy gives me the freedom to be able to work my own schedule, that's a blessing in itself. So things like that, you want to be able to share with your customers and with your VIPs, right? On your personal page, to let them in on the insides of, hey, I'm able to do this because of Cincy. Now, obviously, if you're talking about something that's tied in with your Cincy pay, always make sure that you're including the link for the disclosure in your post, just FYI. That's super important. Share your life. So find a way again to intertwine it, intertwining your personal life in with your business life, because you don't want to keep them separate. I know a lot of you guys are kind of iffy about that, but at least with your own VIP group, introduce your VIPs not only to your family, but to your pets as well. They want to see what you're doing. Give them that little inside glimpse into your life, because let's be honest, everybody's a little bit nosy and they always want to know what's going on in your life. So why not include it and then intertwine it with your Scentsy business? Again, going back to the beginning of building trust, build trust with your customers. When you build trust, building trust implements sales. Sales will show up. Show up with people, build that trust. People will want to join, people will want to order from you when you're building that relationship with them and you're coveting that trust with them. Once you build that trust with them, you will have a relationship with them, and you will then at that point be their Scentsy go-to person. All right, guys, I think that's about it. I hope y'all were able to get a little something, a little nugget information from that. I hope you guys have a fabulous Tuesday. I will talk to you guys later. As far as we're going for this week. So far, so good. Friday, we are still on for Power Hour. So I'm looking forward to that. So I will definitely be posting later this week a little reminder. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.